So we got another Sunday in front of us, right? Right. Okay, this is Saturday night. I'm sitting in the truck, got the light on the camera. I'm gonna run down a few things. Shop help, that's one. The labor on the floor, the people on the floor. T&M projects versus static bid or balloon bid or whatever you want to call it, bid job. The projects going on in and of themselves, and some of the headaches that I deal with. If you guys have been following the Sunday Morning Coffee, that's what it's all about. It's my sounding board. I get it out there, say, hey, what's up, and we go from there. If you've been following the channel long enough, you'll see that this is a little more than documentation of a small shop getting its start. So I was a hobbyist, basically a in-depth hobbyist, we'll call it, in a 30 by 30 behind my house. I moved to 1,800 square feet, about 8 miles from here, 8 or 10 miles from here in Johnston. And then I've since moved to a place 2 miles down the road. That's 5,000 feet. Big differences all around. First pitfall, I brought on projects and commitments. I still have them on the table. Some of them have zero money left in them. We're already beyond cap on them, but it is what it is. Oh well. We get them done, we shove them out as quick as we can. That's all we can do. All we can do is give the owner the best we can do. Have I failed? In some respects, absolutely. There's nothing I can do about that now. Rob Peter, pay Paul, move on. Rinse, wash, repeat. The problem was I never had space to tear something down and leave it sit and work on it when I can get to it. Now I can split up 3 or 4 projects and get shit moving on 3 or 4 projects at a time. At that rate, at that point, I need to get more labor in the shop. I got 2 kids that are cutting their teeth right now, learning fast, learning hard, learning dirty lessons as they go. Personal safety equipment, they've learned about that. They're pretty good about it. One kid, he may just be passing through. The other kid, I'm pretty sure he's got all the fixings to be a lifer. He was smitten. We shoved out that 66 Ford. That was the first project he got to see come in and leave of any magnitude. He's hit. He's done. I'm teaching him how to weld. I can have him weld in like rocker sections. I can have him weld in floor pan sections, things like that. He can measure up the floor pan sections and make them mostly fit. So I'm teaching him the metal fab area, and it comes pretty natural. He's a smart kid. He's smarter than... He's too smart for his job. Not as a slam on the kid. He's just too smart for his job. He's too smart to do this shit. But there he is, you know. And I'm glad for it. I'm glad to have him. I'm glad to have him as part of the team. Don't think I'm slighting him in any way. We got projects that are months to years in the making at this point. And we've made movement on every fucking one but one. One of them is still sitting in the wing waiting to get started. And I will be cranking on that by August 20th. That's the goal. We'll see how the goals go. Now I've got an art piece I put a bid out on. I've got a speculative I put a proposal on. I got a speculative project I've put a proposal on, and I've got another job I put a bid out. 2 jobs I put bids out on. One supposed to be solved already, resolved, and money coming in. Well, I got to renegotiate that. That project got dropped in my lap a fucking month ago, and I'm not satisfied with the results of the original negotiations, and now I'm going to present them with a bill of what I can legally charge for storage. The days it was inside under lock and key, the days it's outside under lock and key. It's going to be steep. He won't want to pay it. We'll come to terms. If not, I've always got a fucking plasma cutter. static bids I'm comfortable with. I know where we're at on them. I can do all right. Time and material bids, we make a glass ceiling proposal, budget requirements, and then we bill out time from there. I got the big number. My bid jobs have a big number, hourly rate, shop rate, and I figure all my jobs off of that. When we go to time and material, that rate drops. It goes cost of doing business plus my not markup, the percentage shop has to make to thrive. And we squeak out, we bill every hour we're working, not frivolous hours, not bullshit hours, but actual hours we're doing work. So it's hard to get hurt on a time and material so long as the person can come through with a check once a month, once every couple of weeks. I've gone through the pains to get to where next week I'll be able to do credit card purchases. That'll help. Let me see. I'll commit some more time to that time and material versus bid. Time and material is your really only smart way out. You buy your materials, establish the appropriate markup, margins. There we go. Establish your margins that are required for you to deal with it. Because I mark up stuff does not mean I'm stealing from somebody. Because I mark up stuff means I have the time, the clout, and authority to warranty projects, warranty issues, deal with my vendors on their behalf, find the best prices, so forth and so on. That's a fact of life. You have to have a margin as a company or else you don't survive. You bill out on time and material jobs. Like I said, I can bill out a lesser hourly rate. It's this much for my bid jobs, and I bring it down this much. First guy on is this much per hour, period. If there's just one guy working on it that week, it's this much an hour. Every guy underneath him is a lesser. It's not scaled down. Each guy is less and less and less, but this is the first guy, and this is the next guy, and every other guy under him bills that much an hour. Not done this yet. In theory, it should allow me to undercut my own ceiling. I should be able to bill out appropriately, make the money I need, and come out under my bid, or at least near my bid. My glass ceiling, as it were. Right now, we've been focusing on getting projects out there. The how much projects look, the shaving a haircut, just get it out there, get something to look at. Old steel, it looks good, looks clean. Doesn't have to be perfect work. I'm not putting out perfect work. A lot of what I do are drivers. We've got 2 in there right now, three that will be, for lack of a better word, perfect. The rest of them are drivers. People are going to drive them and enjoy them and have fun with them. I got a T&M budget set for another I need to write a proposal for. It'll be basically perfect. The people want it nice. So what I'm proposing to them is basically your first level of concourse. We blow it apart. What bolts can't be salvaged and cleaned up or replaced, nuts, screws, fasteners in general. Everything else, not a bolt unturned. Not a panel untouched, not a component untouched. You grease up the door lock mechanisms and put them back in place after cleaning them up. Things like that. Off frame, rotisserie, sandblasting chassis, that type of shit. That's the direction I'm aiming and want to be and want to head. I've eaten up enough of your time. We've had a blast. It's been fun. You're not going to see or hear a lot of me. Sunday morning coffee is going to be about it for now. I'm going to hit or miss some jobs. The C10, the 66 C10 working on is not getting videoed. I'm taking photographs. You can catch them on the Facebooks. Again, it's a sloppy job. It'll look clean and crisp and nice because we're taking that detail, but the work isn't there, the depth isn't there, the money's not there. We gotta knock it down quick and shove it out. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Came in last Friday, and it'll go out next Friday. Or at very least, anything left is billable beyond our initial bid. It's a how much, not how well. Let me see. Last things last. Sponsorships. I'm looking to get the shop sponsored. Talking to my paint reps, talking to vendors, talking to all of them. I've got 2 projects. One will debut next year at Good Guys in Des Moines, and it will enter the car show. It will be seen. It will be scrutinized. It will be picked apart, and I'll be called a piece of shit by many people, I'm sure. You will find a flaw in any car, every car. I try not to be too crucial when I'm looking at automobiles anymore, unless it's sheer laziness and sloppy. But then you gotta ask yourself, what did the person pay for? What work did they pay for? Did they ask how much, or did they ask how well? My how much cars, some of them are sloppy. Not because I don't want to do good work, not because I can't do good work, but because that job doesn't yield enough money to do the great job it would require. That last 20% takes 80% longer than the rest of the project. Hence, the last 20%, if it's a $10,000 project and it's 80% car, it'd be a $20,000 project to get at least a 98-point car, to get a good car out on the show circuit. I don't know what to say. I'm not going to discuss society, politics, religion, or anything else. I'm disgusted. I'm fucking disgusted by society right now. Weak-kneed, clammy hand, mouth-breathing, sniveling little brats. That's what I think of most of politics these days. Corruption, corruption, corruption. So, that's as far as I'm getting there. I'm off my soapbox. I'm gonna let you guys get out of here. You enjoy your Sunday. I'll pop in when I can. I've got more footage. I just got to get to it. I got a LED demo. I've got a headlight polishing demo. I got some cool shit. I just got to find the time to do it. I leave for work around 7. I get home at 7, somewhere between 7 and 9. Then I try to be family man. Deal with my baby. My newborn baby's amazing. She's... Whoa. 3 months old. My kids, all my older kids, my stepson, we got 3 months, 3 years, 8 years, and 10 years. 8 years and 10 years, I get to see them during the summer, Thursday through Sunday. That's the family side of me, and that's why some of my commitments, I'm not putting down 80, 90, 100 hours a week. Can be done. I can do it. I can't do it and hold my family together. I let my work destroy my family and me once. I won't allow that again. So remember, folks, do something you're passionate about. Even if it's just a hobby, do something you're passionate about. Find that balance and move on. Lou Reed wrote in a record sleeve once, and I've made the statement before, and I still fervently believe it. I'll give you the statement, and I'll give you the rationale why. And I've caught heat. I caught a lot of heat before when I've used it on here. So okay, I may be an egotistical little asshole, but here I am. Statement being, my week beats your year. Now let me qualify that. I get my family time, not as much as I'd like, but I get my family time. I see my children grow. I get to have a hand in that. Every morning I get up and walk into my shop, swing those fucking gates open. I feel like king of the world. My temple, my church, my synagogue, my whatever you want to call it. I get the rare privilege to do something that I'm as passionate about as being a father to my children, husband to my wife. As passionate as I am of those two things, and I'd lay my life down for those, for a living. That being said, most people drag their asses to work in a job they hate. It physically destroys them or psychologically destroys them. By the time they've been in that career line for 3 years, they're on some kind of drug or other. In that instance, my week beats your year. Not because I'm an egotist, not because I'm great at what I do, but because I get to do what I love. If you don't have that in your life, go out and get it. Go out and make it. Do it in your garage. Who cares? Do you. You've got to do something passionate. You've got to grab that child from within and not let go. If you lose that grip, if you lose that child, you die slowly. So, just keeping my circumstance and situation. As much as I hate the phrase, as much as I hate the modern parlance of our decaying vocabularies, I'm just keeping it real as I'm able. I love what I do, and I get to do it every day. Go out and do something you love. Get the passion back in your life. There's days I hate it, but overall, folks, have a good one. I'll talk to you soon.